Let me show you a little look inside Mundo Pixar. And by a little look, I mean let me show you every single room we saw during our experience. And we took our little toddler Charlie with us as he's absolutely obsessed with Toy Story, which you probably could guess by his Buzz Lightyear hoodie and the slight frown on his face that we weren't immediately shown to the Toy Story room. But we did have so much fun looking at the first room, which was the up room, and by fun, I mean taking so many pictures and pointing at every little thing saying, oh my gosh, how cool, it feels like we're in a Pixar film. And as an extremely introverted person, I've never been so excited to run to a door and open it. Anyways, we then headed to one of my toddler's favourite rooms, which was Andy's room, and it was so cool because everything was so big, so you could explore the room as if you were the size of a little toy. And oh boy, Charlie was so excited to meet some of his favourite characters, including his good old friend Sheriff Woody and his favourite space ranger Buzz Lightyear. It's worth noting, when you're exploring Mundo Pixar, you can take as long as you like to explore each room. However, you can't go back and see the room again, so make sure you get all the photos you want and explore as much as possible before moving on to the next room. And our next stop was a London-only exclusive room, the Sunnyside Nursery room. And it might sound silly, but I absolutely loved the queuing system in this room. There was a giant queue throughout the room for the main photo op, but along the queue you could take pictures of classic Sunnyside characters. We then hopped onto a train, well not quite literally, and saw the elemental characters before we saw one of my favourite rooms, the Inside Out room. And it was quite fitting that we were in headquarters, as we were creating cool memories by looking at the beautiful cool memories. I did, however, have to remind Charlie that we look with our eyes, not our hands. I mean, last time someone touched a cool memory when there wasn't meant to, there was a whole 95-minute debacle, and we wouldn't want that as we had the whole rest of Mundo Pixar to go explore. Some rooms are obviously more popular, therefore busier than others, so I would really recommend, if you have a room that you're extremely excited to explore, don't worry about standing back a little bit, letting it get a bit quieter, and then taking your pictures so you can really enjoy the experience. And here's Charlie on an adorably small chair waiting his turn to see the Coco display. And then Charlie had a little fiesta, as the next room provided a brilliant opportunity for him to really get his wiggles out and run about like a madman. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know how much Charlie loves to run about like a madman, especially when Mummy and Daddy are running about with him too. And I suppose now is a good time as any, before we see the next few rooms, to remind you to follow my channel if you want to see more day out content and to see all the shenanigans that me, Kaylee, my partner Ryan, our cheeky little toddler Charlie get up to. And what we got up to next on the Mundo Pixar experience was to explore the last 3 rooms. This included the Luca room, the Cars room, and one of my favourite, Finding Nemo room. What I loved about this room is that the lighting really made it feel like you were underneath the water. But I think Charlie was pretty glad it was our last room because he was pretty knackered from our fun day out, and luckily the pram was parked right next to the gift shop. However, unsurprisingly, Charlie got a new burst of energy when he saw all the cool Pixar merchandise.